Bitcoin and Ethereum is not securities, says a Belgian regulator. Just in, $2 billion worth of Bitcoin have moved from Binance to an unknown wallet. Aave has temporarily frozen lending markets for 17 tokens. And the Bahamian government had a national address with regards to FTX collapse. NFT images of anti lockdown protests in China flood OpenSea. And the Ape Yacht Club has flipped CryptoPunks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Assets of Value podcast. Today, on November the 28th, and every day, we connect to give an industry insider's perspective on crypto, Web3, and NFT topics. We are the founders of Assets of Value, a Web3 research organization. We aim to discuss, inform, and share opinions on the hottest Web3 topics. Our podcast is not to be taken as legal or financial advice. Let's dive straight into it. Abe, it's a new week, Monday. How are the markets looking like today?
Hi, Shah. Bitcoin is trapped in the same range as we bounce back from 16K to 16.2K. And there's no volatility at all. There's no price action. There's no volatility. There's no movement in these cryptocurrencies. And that makes us wonder, is the bear market bottom close? But on-chain data suggests otherwise, so we'll look into that later.
Yes, it seems pretty flat, not much movement across this weekend compared to what we usually see. One big spike is Doge. That's gone up 25%. Any insight as to what has caused such an uplift in that regard?
It's Dodge after all. It's Elon Musk's favorite puppy. And whenever Elon Musk tweet about Dodge, the followers pump Dodge. And then the whales dump Dodge and the followers get trapped. This has been ongoing since 2020, I think. And since the early versions of 2021 bull market, this has been very strong amidst all the Shiba Inu rises. I think as a meme coin, Doge has so much importance, but this volatility is unpredictable and we cannot account for it. We cannot even state the reasons for it.
Yeah, meme coins, they are always one to watch out for. They really, once they get going, they do have a community behind them. Dodge seems like it's here to stay. So with Elon taking over Twitter, let's see how far it can really perform. In terms of it being a flat news week, I'm looking at the calendar. Monday, we've had the Bahamian attorney address the nation regarding FTX. On Wednesday, we've got SPF speaking at the New York Times Dealbrook Summit. On Thursday, it's again populated with FTX, where we've got the Senate committee hearing. And on Friday, we've got the non farm payroll. So I'm just wondering how much volatility will come into the market based on this. We know that FTX has brought down or really left a bad sour taste in terms of crypto markets. We've not seen any other contagion spreading out and affecting it worse apart from a negative vibe within the crypto space. So it's only Monday. We'll see how this week will iron out. Bitcoin has moved 2 billion USD dollars, but later on they confirmed that the transaction was in part of their process to prove to auditors that they do control the wallet. So exchanges are making the headlines again, Abe. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, at least now there's volatility from exchanges. Binance is trying to prove that their reserves are original and it's not that they are using the user funds to generate revenue like using lending and borrowing mechanisms. I think this is excitingly positive news for crypto because when you realize an institution like Binance taking so much effort to prove that as an exchange it can be trusted. This is one side of crypto we often forget to appreciate because we know that other exchanges, although they claim that they have proof of reserves and they are trying to make it public, Binance is already doing it. Even when we consider that Binance wasn't the first one to announce that they'll be doing a Merkle proof of reserves, but they did it already. And this proof will serve crypto for many, many months to come in the bear market.
You mentioned on-chain data. What is that saying in terms of bottoming out on certainly price action as a whole?
Yeah, there's this indicator I used to refer. I still refer that. The indicator is ASOPR, which is adjusted SOPR ratio. SOPR is simply spend output profit ratio. It's a technical term, but you can see that it's the number of wallets or the percentage of wallets that are in profit. For example, if three people bought Bitcoin in, say, at the top, and currently all of them are at lows, we can say that the SOPR ratio is very low because nobody is in profit. And when ASOPR comes, ASOPR is adjusted, right? That means it is adjusted for short term price movements and short term wallets. For example, if you are holding Bitcoin for little less than 1 hour or little more than 4 hours, then you qualify as a short term wallet. And when you consider that all these short term wallets have been in lows since 2019, that's pretty alarming. And currently, the ASOPR ratio is sitting nearly to 0.45, zero point 0.5 region. And the default bear market bottom occurs when OSOPR ratio becomes 0.95. Yes, that's the magic number we are all waiting for. I don't know if Bitcoin can hit that number in this bear market because situation is changing. We have institutions, we have big players like MicroStrategy. I don't know if it can hit, but if it hits, it will be a fantastic, phenomenal, generational buying opportunity for Bitcoin. That's for sure.
We are certainly long-term believers. Action point for us. Please can we take a screenshot and put it on our Twitter account? So for anyone who's listening and you're not following us on Twitter, please make that as an action to do that straight away. Aave has temporarily frozen lending markets for 17 tokens and stablecoins on Ethereum. We've not actually spoken about DeFi, especially Aave recently. This freeze on 17 tokens, should we be worried?
No, we should be happy because Aave is taking some actions. See, many of these Web2 people, like especially bankers, believe that crypto is a Ponzi scheme just because we have a lot of tokens which is backed by nothing, which is performing and which is accredited to no businesses. That's the whole thing that makes crypto a Ponzi scheme, according to them. But we know that tokens have users, we have DAOs, guilds, everything. But the outside world doesn't care. And when a protocol fails, for example, Luna, when it fails, the token falls along with it. And what about all these people who borrowed the token or lended out the token for a certain APY and now they are at all at lows. And this situation gets aggravated with the falling BTC, rising BTC, people get liquidated. And this thing has to change, right? This is not sustainable. Like you cannot create a token, for example, ABCD token, and you lend it out in Aave and borrow $5,000, and then you use that $5,000 to buy your ABCD token again. And this has no end. And I think Aave is taking the steps in the right direction. Just cut out, delist all the tokens which are not really present in the crypto economy. By present, I mean they are not traded by the community or they are not being actively involved in development and they're not progressing at all.
An alpha tip there. So just look at what are the tokens that Aave is freezing. They're probably the tokens that you want to be moving out of if you are holding any of those tokens. The news this week is going to be populated with FTX and the going ons and unraveling that. It's still a mess. So FTX is undergoing active criminal investigation. The Bahamas Attorney General has said, according to their live broadcast on Sunday, and the government itself does defend the regulatory framework whilst the investigations are ongoing. It's going to be a big week for FTX. I don't really want to delve much into this, but any thoughts on this in terms of before we move on?
When a nation needs to address a crypto protocol or crypto exchange failing, then you can understand the audacity of the failure and the impact it has on people's lives. FTX didn't kill just the FTX. It killed Solana NFTs. It killed Solana games. It killed a lot of gaming projects, NFT projects, and a lot of exchanges. In reality, FTX killed the exchange. Maybe the impact of FTX fall will stretch the bear market by another 6 months. This is unfortunate situation, and I think it's right to address your people, address your citizens if they are aggravated or if they suffer because of a crypto exchange. But that also points out that crypto is big enough for these nations and political leaders to consider. I think that's
Well, it's going to be an interesting week with more news unraveling on that front. Moving over to NFTs, there has been a new collection where NFT images of anti lockdown protests are now on the blockchain. So China really positions itself in controlling its media and what hits the mainstream. But with the advent of blockchain technology, these images can be turned into NFTs, appear on the blockchain, and forever be immutable. It's really interesting to see the Chinese citizen actually taking this step, using technology and creating a NFT collection out of this. So it's based on Polygon. It's 135 photos titled Silent Speech. And it's basically a protest against China's zero COVID policy across mainland China. It's great to see an NFT collection where people are using the technology to voice their opinions. What do you make of this?
well, what to say. People are interesting because now they have a tool, a completely decentralized tool in the form of NFTs to voice their opinions. They can write articles and make it an NFT, and nobody will delete it, nobody will censor it. This is the next evolution of freedom of speech and expression. I think as a toolkit, the technology is facilitating the freedom of people. And if you consider the history of mankind, whoever facilitates the freedom wins.
Something to look forward to for sure. This technology is not going away and it's going to be embedded in all parts of our lives. Bored Ape Yacht Club has flipped CryptoPunks once again. The two are always vying for the top PFP project in this challenging NFT market. We think that's related to a tease by Yuga Labs, Jimmy the Monkey, or the trial of Jimmy the Monkey. This was a plot point that was initially unveiled when the Bored Ape Yacht Club unveiled its Roadmap 2.0 in September 2021. There was a teaser tweet saying that the trail of Jimmy the monkey will be hitting and unleashed this Christmas. Obviously, that's seen a pump in both the NFT assets. It's also sparked an interest with the Kennel Club, Bored Ape Kennel Club, which is their secondary or tertiary collection. We've also seen an ape coin pump. This is again related to the Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem, but this essentially, it being up 28% in the last 7 days, is more in line with a platform launch and the relatively lower listing fee for sellers, down at 0.25% and 0.5% compared to OpenSea. So certainly bullish within the Yuga Labs ecosystem. And we were speaking about this before. If NFTs are to survive, it's going to be the blue chips, and it's Yuga Labs that are flying that flag at the moment. Do you think NFTs are overrated? Have we bottomed out? Are they an early indicator for any price indications or bottoms? What's your thoughts on NFT in its relation to prices?
It's funny that investors are realizing this at this point because, see, these blue chip NFTs, they hold a value not just in Ethereum but also in US dollar. When Ethereum fell a lot, the investors or the NFT collectors just realized that the actual value of the NFT has come down in terms of dollar, or it might be undervalued when you compare the value in US dollars. So what they are doing, they are buying cheap Ethereum and buying NFTs. And when this happens as a cascading event, the floor of these blue chips rises. This is a common behavior in the bear market because we saw it in June also. The price of some high cap blue chip NFTs rose. And I think this is an indication of people are smart to manage their risk in the bull market or in the bear market, because now they are buying blue chips NFTs, and in the future the floor of blue chip NFTs is going to rise as well as the price of Ethereum. That means they are getting double profit, and this is an excellent technique or investment strategy, and I think it could work in the long run.
Yes, Abe, I would agree. We're seeing the same behavior playing out in Solana, which is a much younger ecosystem when we're talking about NFTs. Yes, the Solana price is continuing to struggle, but what we're seeing is the blue chip NFTs within that ecosystem, they are rising in terms of its sole price because dollar costing on relative terms is a lot cheaper for entry. So I would say that the Solana ecosystem NFT traders, where in the past they would have sold off and paper handed their collections, they're actually holding on and buying up more. And that just shows a resilience to the community and the technology, even though it's under bad press at the moment with everything going on with the FTX saga. I think we're going to wrap it up there for this Monday. As always, it's been super fun. I'm glad you were able to jam with us today. That's it. Until next time, thank you, everybody, and we're signing off.